Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to explore about CSS selectors and effects. So if you are new here, please consider subscribing so you won't miss any future updates. Now let's start the video. Yes, now as you can see I have created a new file in our CSS folder called selectors.html. So let's start with our boilerplate. So shift 1 and here we have the boilerplate. Let me change the title to selectors and now let's open into the browser. So before open this into the browser, let's have a new extension. With the help of that, we don't need to open browser, we can preview that over here only, and it's very much real time that whenever you made changes, that time only the changes will be displayed on the screen. So you have to go to extensions and from there just search for live preview and you will see this one, live preview by Microsoft. Okay, so you can download this. Once you install this, go back to your HTML and over here you can see this icon, okay, on top of this show preview. So click on that and the preview will be open. Okay, so let me add a paragraph to show you how it will work. So see, I have written only paragraph. I haven't saved it, but still you are able to see. Okay. So that's how this extension will help us. Okay. So let's continue with this and let's back to the video. Yes, as you can see, I have written some content over here. Firstly, we have a div. Inside that, we have four paragraphs. I have written just like this is para 1, para 2, and para 4. And then we have a section. In that also, we have four paragraphs, but these are the inner paragraphs. Okay. So let's see what is selector first. Okay. Whatever element or the class name you use, that is called selector first of all. Okay. So let's create a style tag. Inside that, let's call it div. Okay, and give a background color as red for now. Okay, so now you see I am selecting this particular div with selector. Okay, div. So I'm selecting div and providing the background color to whole thing. Okay, as you can see, we got the background color as red. Okay, but there are ways to use the selectors. Okay, there are different ways we can use the selector. It's not like only class name you are using, like dot container or the div or section, something like that. Okay, so there are different kinds of different ways we can use the selectors. Okay, so let's see the first way how we can use. So now the requirement is I want to color the paragraphs. Okay, I want to change the color of the paragraph, and let's see how we can do. Okay, but I want to do only for these outer paragraphs. Okay, this is paragraph, you see, not the inner paragraph. I don't want to color it, only these paragraphs I want to color it. Okay, so let's see the first way what we can do. Okay, so I'll do div and space and the p tag I will provide. Okay, and inside that let's add a color as red. Now you see we got the color to paragraph, but it's applying to everyone. Okay, so what it means is once you use a space and the tag name, okay, as div we have only one and it's a parent for every single thing which we have inside this. Okay, every paragraph the div is a parent. Okay, or super parent you can see for this paragraph. That's why this is directly applying to this. Okay, so in that case, what you can do is if you want to do only for these things, either you can go with the section like this and p and color as black. Okay, and this will be done. Okay, but there is one more way we can do it. Okay, instead of doing like this, what you can do is here you come after div and give a greater than and save it, and you see only for these four we are getting. If I remove that angular basis, everyone will get the color. If I do this, only the uh, instant child parents or instant child components will get, okay, elements by the way, and not the super child will get the color. Okay, that's why only these paragraph getting the color as red but not these. Okay, instead of the other one we can do like this. Okay, so that's how we are getting the color for these four things. Okay, yes, so the same thing you can do with the class name also. If you provide the class name and same thing, paragraph and the color red, So you'll be getting the only color for these four, not to the super child. Okay, so that way you can do, and if you remove, it will be going to apply for everyone. Okay, so irrespective of like anything, it should be a class name, div, or id, you can do that. Okay, so you just need to use this Angular basis and you can able to use it. Okay, so this is how it will work. And let's see one more thing, that we have here two paragraphs. Okay, and for these two paragraphs I want same CSS. Okay, every CSS will be same for these two paragraphs. That time what we can do, well, let's see. Okay, so first thing is like color, I want green, and background color I want red, not red, let's say yellow. And you see we got like this. Okay, same thing I want to use for para 2. Okay, so this point of time, what will happen is we are using same CSS, okay, but we are just taking so many space. Okay, we are defining the properties twice. Okay, so what to do at this time? I want the property same as para one, right? That time what you can do is, let's remove this, and over here what you can do is you can provide a comma and then space and then other class name, which is para 2, and same CSS will going to apply for the other one. So with the help of comma, you can apply the same CSS to the multiple classes or IDs. Okay, that way these selectors will be one. Yes, let's see one more thing in the selector, that if you hover over the this para 1, it should be coloring also the this para 2. Okay, or what we can say is, like, once you hover over this, the color of the para 2 should be changing. So here the effects will come. Okay, so we have a effect called hover. Okay, hover means whenever you give like take the cursor on top of this is called hovering. Okay, so on hover this, I want to change the color of this. Okay, so how you can do with that is, let's use the para 1 class and let's give colon. Okay, and then here you can provide the effect name, it is a hover, and then I want to change the color of para 2, so you need to use tilt symbol. Okay, and then the para 2 class name, and in this if you write whatever properties, that will be applying on para 2 only once you hover over the para 1. Okay, in this case let's say red, and if I hover over the para 1, and you see the color of the second para is changing whenever I am hovering over it. Okay, so this is how this tilt symbol will work. Okay, with this, what we can achieve in the future is, you saw in the navigations, once you go there, once you hover over it, it will give you a drop down. Okay, so those kind of drop downs we can do only with the CSS. Okay, not any other functionality, but with this you can do. But there is a catch is there. Okay, it should be before that thing. Okay, para 2 is here, para 1 is here. Okay, we are able to do, if I change the places, you see para 1 is the next and the para 1 is like first, para 2 is the first, and let's save this, and now let's try to do. See, I'm hovering the para 2, but it's not changing the color of para 2. Okay, so in this case it should be the first element and the second element should be the color which we are applying over here. Okay, so now if I do, it will changing the color. So you have to keep in mind that this should be the first where you are applying the effect, and the other one where you are applying the properties, that should be the next. Okay. Yes. So we saw how the selectors will work and how the different types of selectors we can use. And now let's see the effects which we have in the CSS. Okay. One effect we already saw, that hover effect. Okay. So that let's see again. So what I'll do is, for para 1, let's add hover effect and let's apply some background color as green. Okay. So once I hover over the paragraph 1, it should be turned into green background. You see. So this is how we can do. So this is the first effect which we have hover. So in order to apply hover effect or any effect, you have to use the colon over here. Okay. So then only the effect name and the curly braces, and then you can give the CSS inside that. Okay. So let's see one more in this, that let's use input and see one more effect called focus. Okay. Focus means once you click over here, this is called focus. Okay. Once you focus this, let's change the color inside this. Okay, whatever, right now if I go here, you see black color is coming over here in the text, right? So let's change the text color once I focus onto the input. Okay, so in that I don't have any class name for input, but what we can do is we can directly use the tag name as the selector, and inside that, here what you can do is like focus. Okay, colon focus and the curly braces. Now if I say color green, okay, now if I start typing inside this, it should give us green color, okay. So see, it's giving the green color. Earlier it's a black color, okay. Now as it's focused, I change the color, okay. So and if I come out, you see the color turns to black because right now I'm not focusing in, okay. Once you focus, it will show you the green color, okay. So this is how the focus will work, okay. Yes. Now let's see the other effects we have, which is like first child and the last child. Means in this particular div, we have lot of paragraphs. Okay, but paragraph I want only like first paragraph should be changing the color, not the all paragraph. Okay, that time what you can do is you can have like container, or you can directly take div and then P, because like we have lot of paragraph and I want the first paragraph to be change the color. Okay, so then this one, and what you can do is you can write first and hyphen child. Okay, inside the curly braces, let's add color as red. Okay, now you can see we have this para 1 and this para 1 changed to red color, because again this is one section, one separate section, and this is the paragraph. From this section perspective, this paragraph is the first, right? So that's why it's making this as red. Okay, also this. Okay, so that, and let's use the last. Okay, you just need to change it to last, and the last element you see in this will be changed. Okay, now with this you have a question in mind, like why earlier it's like changing color for para 1 and also for this, and now it's like changing for this only, not for this. Okay, so in the last child, right, what it will happen is it will not going to consider this particular thing. Okay, it will consider the last paragraph irrespective of any div or selection, whatever we use, it will going to consider the last one only. Okay, but in the first case, it will going to consider the other thing. It will consider this particular thing, and it will consider the other we have this, right, section, this will going to also consider. Okay, but in last child, it will not going to consider, only the last element of the paragraph will going to be considered. That's why only the last element is changing the color. Okay, so this is how the first and last child will going to work. And also we have one more effect which called as nth element or nth child. Okay, so let's add div and the paragraph, and here what you can do is nth child. Okay, so sometimes there might be conditions. Okay, you have so many things, and like suppose table. Okay, we have table, and what you want to do in the table is even or odd rows will be there, right? Rows, you want to change the color. Okay, so suppose this is table rows. Okay, these entire thing, and I want to change the color of each first and third ones. Okay, this kind of thing. So that time you can use nth child. Okay, now with this also you can use let's change the color to red, and over here you can provide the numbers. Okay, if I provide 1, only the first element will going to change. If you provide 2, only the second elements will be changing. See, and if you provide 3 and as 4. Okay, but there are other properties which we can see is odd. Okay, so now you see only the odd elements are changing the color. Okay, only 1 3 1 3 over here. Okay, and if you do even, it will change the evenly. Okay, so 2 4 2 4 like this. Okay, so this property you can use in this kind of way. Okay, to changing the color in odd, even, or if you want to change only 2 or 3, whatever number you provide, it will going to change. Okay, so odd even is the very good thing which we can use in the table in order to change the color of it. Okay, okay, so lastly we have one more thing with the input tags. Right now you can see type. Okay, so now let's say input and change the color as red. Okay, so I have changed the color as red. If I enter over here, it's red, it's a red, and here also it's a red. Okay, all of them are red now, but I want to change the color to red only for first and the last, or only the first. Okay, that time what we can do, because right now we are only using input, we are not even using a class and our id. Okay, so that time what you can do is over here you can come and you can have brackets inside the type equal to text, and it will be only applying only for the type text the color as red. Okay, so let's see again, red color we are getting. See, now we are not getting the color for these two. Okay, so this type of way you can use to change the color of the inputs. Okay, so if you want to do multiple, again you have to do comma and then same thing, input type as email, let's say, and let's start typing over here. Yeah, you see, we are changing the color for only input text and input email with the comma. Okay, this is how you can do. Yes. So this is about the CSS selectors and different types of selectors, how we use and different ways we can use the selector. And also we saw that how the effects in CSS will work. There are many effects, but we saw only the basics. But in the future, we're going to see all the effects, whatever we have. So thank you very much, guys, for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel and give it a thumbs up. I'll be back with more content in the next video. Thank you.